Let me tell you something, the Great Depression wasn't just bad. It was the worst economic collapse in history. From 1929 to the late 1930s, everything, and I mean everything, fell apart. The markets crashed, banks failed, people lost their homes, their jobs, their savings, the whole system collapsed. It's important to study this, folks, because this disaster changed the way the entire world runs its economies. Completely changed it. Now, before the crash, the 1920s were booming. Tremendous growth. America was on top, cars rolling off assembly lines, people buying everything on credit, the stock market hitting new highs every week. Between 1921 and 1929, the Dow went up nearly 6 times. People thought it would never end. A new era, they said. Sound familiar? But here's the problem, it was built on debt, dreams, and danger. Cheap credit, no regulation, total speculation. Ordinary people, not the pros, not the big guys. Ordinary people were borrowing to buy stocks. Banks were lending like crazy, no collateral, no limits. Everybody thought they were a genius, until October 1929. Then it hit, Black Thursday. Black Monday. Black Tuesday. 3 days that changed the world. Panic. Total panic. Investors dumped 16 million shares in one day. 16 million! And by 1932, the Dow was down 90% from its peak. Imagine that. 90% gone. Fortunes gone. Families ruined. But the crash was only the beginning. As stock prices fell, people couldn't pay their loans. Banks went under. And when banks went under, people ran to get their money, but there was no money left. Between 1930 and 1933, over 9,000 banks failed. You'd go to your local bank, doors locked, savings gone. The impact was unbelievable. Unemployment? 25%. That's 13 million Americans without work. Industrial output? Cut in half. GDP? Down 30%. Breadlines in every city. Families in tents. Hoovervilles, shacks made out of scrap metal. It was tragic, folks. People didn't just lose jobs, they lost hope. Now, let's talk about why this happened. It wasn't one thing, it was a combination of terrible decisions. Number 1, speculation and easy credit. People were buying with money they didn't have. Number 2, weak banks. Thousands of small banks with zero protection for deposits. No FDIC back then. Number 3, overproduction. Factories made too much, people couldn't buy, prices crashed. Number 4, the Federal Reserve. They tightened policy at the worst time, and when panic hit, they didn't step in. And number 5, the gold standard. The US and Europe were chained to gold, couldn't print money, couldn't stimulate. So prices fell, deflation, and that crushed everyone. But it didn't stop at America's borders. The Depression went global. America was the world's banker after World War I, we financed everyone. When our banks collapsed, Europe's credit dried up. Germany couldn't pay reparations, Britain had to abandon the gold standard. Trade collapsed, down by 2/3 between 1929 and 1934. It was a chain reaction, one country after another falling like dominoes. Asia, Latin America, Africa, no one was spared. And the governments? Most of them made it worse. President Hoover, good man, but wrong approach. He believed in balanced budgets, no big government. So he raised taxes and cut spending, during a depression. It made the situation 10 times worse. Then Franklin D. Roosevelt came in, 1933, and said enough. He launched the New Deal. Big, bold government programs, building roads, dams, jobs everywhere. He created FDIC to protect deposits, Glass-Steagall to separate banking, and the SEC to clean up Wall Street. He gave people confidence again. And he took America off the gold standard. That was huge. It let the Fed print money and fight deflation. Did it work overnight? No. Recovery was slow, very slow. By 1937, things looked better, then government cut spending too soon, and boom, another downturn. Lesson learned, you don't pull the plug before the patient recovers. But then, something else happened, something massive. World War II. It changed everything. The war created full employment, factories running 24/7, military production booming. Unemployment dropped from 14% to under 2%. Industrial output doubled. GDP surged. The war didn't just end the Depression, it rebuilt America's economy. And when the war ended, the US was the world's new economic leader. We created the Bretton Woods system, the IMF, the World Bank, all out of lessons learned from the Great Depression. The Great Depression reshaped everything: economics, finance, government. It gave rise to Keynesian economics, the belief that government must act when demand collapses. It built permanent institutions, the FDIC, the SEC, unemployment insurance, still protecting us today. But here's the truth, folks, the biggest lesson isn't about policy. It's about confidence. When confidence dies, economies die. When people stop believing, money stops moving. And that's what really kills markets. So remember this: every boom, every bubble, every new era, it always sounds the same. But history doesn't lie. Markets rise on hope and fall on fear. The question is, when the next one comes, will we be ready?